Hey crochet friends, I'm Tiffany and welcome to my channel. This tutorial is going to be helping you keep track of your bobbles when you make your brim. I also created a little chart to help you. It might look confusing and overwhelming. It's really not. I'm going to crochet a small version. I won't crochet the entire brim, but I will do several rows and this chart will make a lot more sense. I posted my Santa hat tutorial a few years ago and it's doing really well, and I've got a lot of comments on other sizes. So I do have a written pattern on Etsy where I include the child size, so you end on a different row to make this shorter than the adult size. And I also created a baby size as well. But the video tutorial, it's a free tutorial on the adult size, so you can create the entire adult size through my YouTube tutorial. I will have both of the links, so my tutorial link for the adult size and the link to the Etsy, which includes all three of these sizes. I'll have both of those in the description down below. So this tutorial is not going to be super beginner friendly because then it will take forever. The adult tutorial is super beginner friendly. So we start with a slip knot. And then for both the child and adult size, even though the video is just the adult size, but the child size, so this is speaking to people who bought the pattern, the child size is also the exact same as the adult size. So you chain 12. So these horizontal loops are chains. This is not an extra chain. I kind of drew that afterward. This chain ends up like going like this, and it ends up being your turning chain, but you chain 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Then you do a single crochet all the way across for row 1. So in the second chain, you do your single crochet for 1, 2, 3. I have a cat eating. I'm in the kitchen, so there's a cat eating if you hear the crunching. Okay, so you're gonna have 11 single crochets. So that is row 1. And the single crochet rows, they kind of disappear. So I think that's what confuses people. That is row 1. It's just single crochets. So then you're gonna chain 1, and then you turn to look at the back. And then this is when we would work on row 2, which is the first bobble row. So you start with a single crochet in the first stitch, then you do a bobble in the next. So wrap the yarn around through 2. You do that 5 times. 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then you have 6 loops on your hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Wrap the yarn around, pull it through, and then your bobble is flat. You are going to go into the next stitch and do a single crochet. So your bobble faces the back. Then you do 2 more single crochets. So we have 3 total single crochets. Then you're going to do another bobble. 2, 3, 4, and 5. You have your 6 loops. To finish the bobble, you do your single crochet in the next stitch, and then you want 3 total single crochets, so do 2 more, do 1 more single crochet, then you do another bobble. Row 2 includes 3 bobbles for the child and adult size. Your 6 loops, pull through, and then you have your single crochet on the very end. Do not forget that. Kind of hides, faces the back, but just do 1 single crochet on the very end. So when you're done with row 2, you don't really see your bobbles, they poke out that way. Now to do row 3, you chain 1 and turn, and now you see your bobbles. So what's confusing is this might just look like 1 row, and it is not. That's actually 2 rows. There's a single crochet row, and then your bobble row. So this was row 1. You got your single crochets. These X's are single crochets. So you have 11 single crochets. Then we chained 1. This is a chain 1 right here, and turned. And then we did a single crochet, bobble, 3 single crochets, bobble, 3 single crochets, bobble, and a single crochet. That's what we just did. Then we chained 1, which is this little like vertical oval chain. Now we're just gonna do 11 single crochets for row 3. And then row 3 is also gonna disappear because it just kind of looks like you only have bobbles. But this is 2 rows. So remember that. What you're looking at is 2 rows. So go ahead and do your 11 single crochets. And 11. So now we have 3 rows right now. Chain 1 and turn. So that was just right here. Now we chained 1, and we're going to do our second bobble row. So second design of the bobble row. So we do 3 single crochets, a bobble, 3 single crochets, a bobble, and then 3 single crochets. So super easy. 3 bobble, 3 bobble, 3. So start with your 3 single crochets, and then do your bobble. So this row includes just 2 bobbles. And that's how we get the little staggered look. One more. 6 loops. Then do your 3 single crochets to get to your next bobble. Three, 4, and 5. Complete your bobble, and then do 3 single crochets. And that is 4 rows. chain 1 and turn. So it might not look like that. It might look like just 2 rows, but there is a single crochet row below these bobbles, in between these bobbles. And now we're gonna do another single crochet row. So we just did this row, we chained 1. Now we're just doing single crochets all the way across again for row 5. So you'll do your 11 single crochet stitches. There we go. Okay, so there is row 5, then you chain 1 and turn, and that is 5 rows. So the 6th row is now starting to do the repeat. So we go back to row 2 where we have the 3 bobbles, and you just go from row 2 to row 5 over and over. So you would go to 72 for my video tutorial for the adult size, and that's going to take a while, so I'm not going to do that in this tutorial. I'm just going to do a couple more like bobbles. So this will be row 6. So you do your single crochet, then you do your bobble, then do 3 single crochets, then do a bobble, three single crochets, then do your bobble, and do your final single crochet at the end. So that was row 6. So we have 6 rows right here. Chain 1, turn. Row 7 is the same as row 3. So we just did row 2, chained 1. Now we do just single crochets all the way across, but this is row 7. So do 11 single crochets, then chain 1 and turn, and that is 7 rows. So now we're going to repeat row 4, but this is going to be row 8, and we do 3 single crochets, a bobble, 3 single crochets, a bobble, 3 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, then a bobble, then 3 single crochets, then a bobble, then 3 single crochets. Okay, those 8 rows, you chain 1 and turn, and then you're going to repeat row 5, which is just single crochets all the way across, but this will be row 9. Okay, then chain 1 and turn, and then you're gonna do the repeat again. So you go back to row 2, but this is row 10, and you do your 3 bobbles in the same row. So let me just do that really quick. I'll meet you in a second. Okay, I made it to the end of row 10. Then you would chain 1 and turn, and then do a single crochet row. And this is 10 rows that you're looking at. 10 completed rows, because we're on row 11. So how to keep track of these rows is when you're looking at it from this way, your bobble is your second row. So it goes by 2. So this would be row 2. This is the 4th row. So it's these 2 bobbles. This is row 4. These 3 bobbles is row 6. These 2 bobbles is row 8. And then these 3 bobbles is row 10. So you would go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Because those single crochet rows totally disappear. They're harder to count. So just know that row 1 was a single crochet row. That makes this row with these 3 bobbles row 2. Then there's a single crochet row between these. That's row 3, but that's confusing. So then this is row 4 with these 2 bobbles. So it's easier to just go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So just go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So just like this, 3 bobbles, 3 bobbles, 2 bobbles, and then you just keep going up and up and up to row 72. So you're gonna go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 62, 64, 66, 68, 70, 72. There's our seam. We're back at the seam. So I can do that again. This is the seam. Those are the 3 bobbles. So this is row 2. These 3 bobbles is row 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 62, 64, 66, 68, 70, 72. And there's the seam. So there is how you count your 72 rows for the adult size. And you will do the same for the child and the baby size, wherever the seam is. So here's the seam. So for the baby size, you would start out with just 2 bobbles, and you'll do the same like staggered counting. So I'm not gonna do all of it, but there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and so on. That is how you would do it. There's gonna be a row where there's 2 bobbles, a row where there's 1 bobble. And when you see a bobble, that's really 2 rows. So a single crochet row and a bobble is 2 rows. A single crochet and a bobble is 4 rows. Single crochet and a bobble is 6 rows. And there you go. Hopefully this makes sense. It makes sense with the chart. It makes sense because I crocheted a little bit of it with you. and really kind of just spotlighted the brim, whereas in the pattern, the video tutorial, I still go over it really slow, but even then I'm getting comments where you're just kind of confused how to keep track. And I know a lot of people are working on these hats right at the moment, and I don't want you to get confused at all while you're trying to crochet these for Christmas. So I hope you love this tutorial and I explained it easy enough. Thank you again if you've bought my written pattern. I appreciate it so much, so much. I can't even put that into words. And like always, have fun crocheting your Santa hats. Bye, crochet friends.